Okay, this is a quick and dirty screencast to show what I do with a manuscript when it comes in, and I suppose by extension what uh, an ideal manuscript might look like before it got to me. So I'll just dive right in. This is Word for Windows. It'll look a little bit different for Mac. The procedures are basically the same. Uh, and here's what I do first. So I've just opened a manuscript, um, and the first thing I do is reveal the formatting sins. So I'm hitting the reveal formatting button up here in the ribbon. All right, let's see. I'm looking for a couple of things. I'm looking for hard returns used for formatting. I'm looking for tabs, and I'm looking for double spaces after periods. So we have got all three. Those are very easy to eliminate with find and replace. So I'm going to hit find, the Control F to get to the find thing, and then switch to replace. Now you can do this in basically any order, but I typically go with the periods first. So I just hit space twice in that and space once in that. It's as simple as that. Well, there's no special character for space and find and replace. So hit replace all. Okay, so it made 1,000 replacements. Now remember, that's only replacing things where there are just two spaces. So if you had three spaces, it just turned three into, it's replacing two spaces with one. So if you had three spaces after a period, you now have two. So we do it again. More. You just keep doing this until it gets to 0. And we're at 0. All right. So that was easy enough. Next up, I want to eliminate the tabs. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want the paragraphs to be indented eventually, but a tab is an invisible character, which is what we're revealing there. And when a book that has indents does not have tab characters in it, and this has implications down the line for ebooks, and I won't go into that. But basically, what I want is the indent achieved by the ruler, it's essentially a style, and that talks to InDesign, the layout program, better. But suffice it to say, for sort of intermediate purposes, no tabs, use the ruler. I'll show you how. And by the way, Word will try to do this automatically, but when you're working on a manuscript, you're going between lots of versions, and eventually you tend to override what Word is trying to do. So for now, we'll just take the tabs out. So that is the wildcard character, caret T. That's Shift 6 T for tab. Now I just want to replace it with nothing, so make sure there's nothing in there. Now replace all. And just hit it again just for the sake of thoroughness, and now we are down to no tabs. Now I've closed out the find window, and you can see almost everything is flush left. You can see here where the places where Word tried to guess, and typically after page breaks, it gets confused. But so you can see we still have some tabs, and that's if you click on one of these paragraphs, you'll see you've got the ruler. Now, what I would probably do in this case is select everything in the manuscript, so Control A on PC, and then just go over like this. And now I've set the indent for every paragraph. Now, if you've got centered text or anything else in there, you just screwed that up and bumped it over a little bit, but I don't care about that right now for purposes of manuscript preparation. Mostly I care that we get the extraneous characters out, and we've done that. Now, I'm going to look again at all these extra hard returns and see if it falls in the minor problem category or the semi-major problem category. So there's a lot of them here, but this is just the title page, and honestly, I don't really even need a title page for the manuscript, so I can just delete those easily enough. Now what I'm going to do is look at the end of the chapter. Now I see here that it's the author has actually put in a real page break instead of hitting return until you got a new page, which is pretty common. So I'm not inclined to do a find and replace to get rid of the double hard returns because that's actually a little bit fussy. I would probably just remove the double hard returns as I edited in this manuscript. But just for the sake of demonstration, I'll show you you can eliminate multiple hard returns basically the same way you eliminate periods. So go to your find window, Control F, go to replace, and the wildcard character for hard returns paragraphs, the return key, the enter key, is $P. So if you go $P, you'll find all the double hard returns. So you can move this over so you can, I'll move it off so you can see. It's finding all of these. So there's one after each there. And you could have that replace it with one. You could have it replaced with kind of a wildcard character like a bunch of asterisks just so you can see where you've gotten in the habit of doing it and then replace that with something else. It can be a kind of tricky replacement, but it can be done. The main thing though is to get them out, and it's almost always easier just to do that manually as you review the manuscript. So to review, we've removed all the double spaces after periods, we've removed all the tabs and replaced them with proper ruler indents, and we have assured ourselves that every new chapter begins on a new page with a proper page break, which to review you insert, go to the insert menu and hit page break instead of a bunch of hard returns to get to the end of the next page. The other thing that you often see in a manuscript, and it's here a little bit, is extra hard returns to make the chapter begin halfway down the page so it looks more like a book. This is a pain. Do not do this. This manuscript hasn't really done it. There's just manual spacing surrounding it, which I will eventually take out. And I will do another one of these later to show, I don't know, varsity level, ninja level manuscript formatting, what I do to get a manuscript ready to go into InDesign using style sheets. But for now, if every novel came in with these 3 cleanups at the end, well, life would be life. I am almost certain every editor would be pleased as punch to get a manuscript that looked like that. You notice that I'm not advocating that you do this as you go. I think, if you're composing at the keyboard, which most authors are, you should just get the text in, and I don't care if you hit 23 hard returns to get a page break. You should just do what works for you when you're making art. But when it comes time to send in the manuscript, I think there's a lot of value in this sort of fussy, non-artistic cleanup process. You see the manuscript in a different way. It's kind of get into this Zen space. So I'm a big advocate of it just for review purposes alone, to say nothing of the benefit to your editor. So thanks for your time.